August morning. We have a little break from the heat today, and it's time to get the fall garden out into the garden area. So yesterday I cleaned the health kick plants out of this row, and I'm getting ready to plant some of my fall plants here in this row now. I brought some compost to the garden, and I'm putting some of that at each spot where I'm going to put one of my fall plants. I have these nice broccoli plants that I'm going to put in this row now, and I planted the seed for these about mid-July, and now we're on the 19th of August, and you can see what nice plants I have to go in the garden. And you can see how beautiful this soil is where I'm going to plant them also. I also want you to see these nice health kick tomatoes that I planted a few weeks ago to have late tomatoes. Usually late tomatoes are prone to get disease worse than the earlier ones, but so far these look very healthy, so I'm real encouraged with that. The high today is 85, and in a couple of days it's going to get back up to 94 for 2 days. So I want to be sure these plants have enough water, especially until they get their roots spread out into this soil. These plants like to grow in cool weather, but I need to start them in the hot weather so they have an optimum time to grow before it gets too cold for the plants to grow. So just want to be careful that they have all the water they need to get them started. I've just seen a problem right here on this old cabbage plant that I've left in the garden. So it has lots of these harlequin bugs on it. They love to eat cabbage and fall plants, so I have to get rid of those so they don't eat my new plants. I try to pick off what I see and take these old plants out of the garden so they're not drawing them and feeding them. Now we're in the first week of September, and I've finished planting all my fall garden now, the plants. To get these plants ready for the garden, I planted the seed in mid-July, and then my plants were ready to go in the garden about mid-August or the end of August. Excuse me. So I put the plants in the garden, and now they've gotten established here, and they seem to be doing really well so far. Now to get this area ready for the fall garden, to start with, it was my potato garden in the spring, Then I harvested all the potatoes, and after I finished that, I did a little bit of hoeing in this area. And then I planted a cover crop seed. That cover crop came up and grew some. Then I took that down with a hoe to get this ready for this fall garden. So that seems to have worked out very well. It's going to take a little hoeing to maintain this, but the weed growth and germination is not nearly as bad as when I till the garden. So I think it's going to work out very well. Now, these late tomato plants still look very healthy, which is unusual for this time of the year, but I'm real pleased with those now too. So our garden has done very well this year. Like always, some things have done really well, some things sort of well, a few things didn't do well at all, but overall we have had a lot of good food from the garden, a lot to preserve for the winter, so it has done good for us again this year. Now that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.